No more Matt Rule.
Another week in the NFL is here and gone, and it's time for some more talk about it. We had a coach firing. We had more terrible quarterback play. We had questionable referee calls. We had questionable kickers, and we had questionable predictions. All of that and more we'll talk about here on Joe's of the Pros. I'm Aiden. We've got Andrew, and we got Brennan. We're also missing the sexiest member of our team in JR. JR, we miss you. We know all is well, but we appreciate you joining me on the baseball episode. But we are back talking football, where this whole thing started. And you know what? It's another oddball week in the NFL.
Hey, but there are now no more teams that are winless.
There are now no more teams that are winless. This is, in fact, true.
Yay.
And also, I had a legit excuse for not being here for the last baseball episode. I'll have you know.
Again, whatever. Me and JR's reasoning was funnier.
I could not possibly care less that the Texans won. Like, it was just the most.
I love how me and
it was the most.
I know he completely
game
changed
of
this up
football.
because like I don't care.
Like I thought the Thursday night game was the most meaningless game I've ever watched, and that's a lie because that game was really meaningful. It was beautiful in a sad way. This way, the game
Somber
against the Jaguars was just depressing. It was depressing. Was not even fun. And they got a win.
It was nice to think about the Jaguars actually being good for a second, and then they lost to the Texans. And you're like, nope, right back where we started.
That's why I say it's meaningless. It's just sad.
It really was sad. But you know what? I want to talk about that Thursday night game. Does Russell not learn? Why are we throwing it on 4th and 1 at the goal line? My favorite was Richard Sherman afterwards on the post-game show.
How about this? Sure, maybe you should have ran the ball because the offense struggled to throw the ball at night. How about you? If you are gonna throw, you throw to the man beater on the opposite side of the field that he didn't even bother looking at.
Wide open. Also, I don't want to blame Russell for not running it on 4th down. Why don't we blame the coaching staff for making the call?
That's all coach.
No.
Did he audible out?
It was a run play that he audibled out of.
It was an RPO.
No. It was a straight run play that the coaching called, and he said, I didn't like the run package. I chose to audible out of it.
I just keep thinking about seeing, was it Hamlin afterwards just slamming his helmet on the ground because he's like, I was effing wide open.
Honestly, I'm glad it happened the way it did because neither team deserved to win that game, and because the Broncos played slightly better, they ultimately deserve to lose it. That's how I feel about that game. because they had, for as much as you can be in the driver's seat of like this 73 Oldsmobile of a game, they were leading this game. They choked it away. They deserve to lose it.
No, Brennan, this game was a
lemon.
73 Oldsmobile.
Same thing.
I'm saying, like, you know, like everyone's seen those cars that are out the road where like one window's duct taped over, the bumper's missing, a door is gone. One of the wheels is like doing this as it's driving.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
That's like Russell Wilson's quarterback play.
Yeah, this game. And I feel so bad for Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was a perennially undervalued quarterback. He was an excellent quarterback. He is now old. He is now washed up, and now he is getting pounded behind an offensive line that looks like they don't want to try and block at all.
That's true. But from one Matt to another, Andrew, you're really excited because Matt Rule is gone. He's doing his little happy dance.
Yeah.
By the way, that was the most excellent transition I think I've ever seen. You deserve to be the host on a more regular basis.
Yeah, well. That's just because I'm out of it tonight.
I'm 3 episodes in a row now.
I don't care.
3 in a row.
Look, I don't care if you take over hosting. It just means less pressure on me. I can sit back and do my thing. I don't mind. Anyway.
Matt Rule.
Yes, Matt. Yeah, Matt.
I've been saying it for a little while. I thought if he got 4 games below 500, he was going to be gone.
Can we talk about the fact that when Matt Rule was hired, he was given a 7-year contract? Thank goodness that doesn't count against any salary cap because Tepper just lost a lot of money. Like literally, if I was Matt Rule, I could retire right now because you got $40 million coming in over the next 4 years or so. You could just live off of that for the rest of your life. You don't need to go back and coach college football.
Does he deserve to be fired more than Nathaniel Hackett, though?
Yes.
Yes, because
Nathaniel Hackett's in his first season. Rule has been inept for 2.5 now.
Rule's record is 11-27. In games where the Panthers scored. I can't remember what the stat was now. There's something about 17 points. Yeah, I can't remember if it in games that the opposing team has scored 17 points or more. He is 1-27.
How about give him a good quarterback?
Oh, okay, real quick. So I actually want to touch on that. I don't know if it was the quarterbacks that were the problem. Don't get me wrong. They weren't picking cream of the crop. But I really think he was taking quarterbacks he could make average and making them worse than that. I really think that this offense was designed to get the worst out of their quarterbacks.
And they're on their second or third offensive coordinator too.
Yeah. This is a team that shot themselves in the foot the entire time he was there.
Andrew, how do we feel about Josh Rosen season coming to
No, it's all tank for Bryce Young now.
But how do we feel about Josh Rosen season?
No. I mean, honestly, we might have to because we're now down to one quarterback that's not injured because Baker's going to be out at least 2 weeks with a high ankle sprain now. And so the only quarterback in the room is PJ Walker. Matt Corral, the rookie they drafted, is done for the season already. He had a Lisfranc injury in the preseason. Darnold is still recovering from his sprained ankle. And now Baker's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks with his sprained ankle. So all we got is PJ Walker. So heck, we might bring back Josh Rosen. They do have Jacob Eason on the practice squad, so they might just elevate him.
PJ Walker will be the
PJ Walker and Eason. Doesn't that sound like a quarterback room and a half?
It sounds like we are going back to the year that gave the Panthers Cam Newton as the first overall pick, which is the last time we went 1-15, and so this is looking like a 1-17 type season for us. You know what? And I don't care at this point.
You want to know what that quarterback room sounds like? And I'll go to my NFC South team. It sounds like the Josh Freeman, Mike Glennon quarterback room.
Hey,
Mike Glennon actually in 2014 did not play terrible. He ended up parlaying that into a contract later on from them.
No, he did.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that the Panthers quarterbacks are just playing terrible
quarterback play. That's what they need. They need to guarantee that they're picking at the top of the draft, and I think they're going to be.
If you want that,
selling off pieces now.
If you want that, then call Pittsburgh and tell them you want Mitch Trubisky.
I will say I don't think Trubisky. Well, okay. Again, coming from a Panthers fan who's watched Baker Mayfield over the past few weeks, Trubisky wasn't terrible.
That's
I mean, we'll take Trubisky at this point, but no, at this point, just pack it in, start getting draft picks back. You're tanking. You're getting Bryce Young.
Do you trade Christian McCaffrey?
If you can get first round pick at least for him.
You trade him for a second?
Not just a second. There has to be more.
I'd say you need a first, a second, and a fifth.
I don't think he'll get that much. No, like a first and maybe a fifth. Because a running back who is, yes, he's been healthy this year, but he has a track record of injury. He is also not at the most valuable position of quarterback. But have you heard one of the big teams that have apparently has been in on trading for him since before the draft?
Yes, Buffalo. I also heard
Buffalo.
Yep, you did. No, people never leave me alone.
Hey,
he's just so popular.
I am.
Must be so nice. All right, let's talk about another NFC South team and an egregious refereeing call. And this is coming from
at least the Bucks fan admits it. At least the Bucks fan admits it. And not only that, but the Kansas City Raiders one as well, where it was a fumble.
Kansas City Raiders?
Kansas City and the Raiders is what I said.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of awkward to use the city and then the nickname.
Yeah.
Two different teams because then you
deal with it. You knew what I was talking about.
Did we though? Did we know what you were talking about? I think you just confused us and the entire audience.
I think so.
Well, that just shows what level your
Like
intelligence is at, if that confused you.
I'm sorry?
I said that just showed what level your intelligence is at, if that had confused you.
Or that shows you how far your mind is gone today.
I have had a long day. I really have.
By the way, I do want to point out there was another tackle, a sack on Marcus Mariota earlier in that Buccaneers game that looked exactly like the one that Tom Brady got the flag on.
It's the Tom Brady effect.
Look. I will say,
it is and it isn't, because I really think they would have called that for Rodgers, and might have called it for Allen. Probably would have called it for Mahomes. I think it's just a stupid penalty where the ref got trigger happy and had to throw the flag out.
I think it was, hey, these referees are trying to make an example of this new rule that's in place to protect safety, yada, yada, yada. And he felt it was a little egregious because he flipped him like that. Okay,
great. Because he was still holding on to him when he was rolling over.
And Brady's head never hit the turf.
Yeah. And even with the one with the fumble, was it Chris Jones making the tackle? I can't remember who it was. He was focused more on the fact that he had the ball in his hands than falling on top of Derek Carr.
I also want to point out earlier in the game, Grady Jarrett got a hit or a sack on Brady, and Brady kicked at him. And on that last one, as Jarrett's getting up off of him, Brady kicks at him again.
He doesn't like being touched.
On one hand, I'm really mad about that because I love Grady Jarrett. Like, I say that as an honorary Falcons fan. I like Grady Jarrett before then. He's a good player. On the other hand, I do kind of like it because Brady has become so much more of a punk since he got to Florida. And like, it's almost
he doesn't have Belichick.
It's almost for the better.
I like his no nonsense attitude.
I like how petty he is now. Like, he developed a personality after he left New England.
No, he just had to suppress the personality because he was under Belichick.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate a way of saying it.
I think that's accurate. I don't know, though. Like, I don't know if he really had to suppress his attitude.
He did. It's Belichick.
Yeah.
But regardless, obviously you can't guarantee that the Falcons would have won even if that wasn't called, but they literally took the last chance for the Falcons out of their hands. It was a game-defining decision. Now, fortunately for the Chiefs-Raiders game, you happy? It didn't affect the outcome because the Chiefs still ended up winning.
You know, I've seen this debate happening a couple times. There were two fourth quarter 2-point conversion calls in that game. I want to ask you two's opinion on both of them. We'll start with the second of the two, the Raiders, who were down by 7. It was 23-30. They went down the field, and at 4.5 minutes left, they scored a touchdown, and then they went for 2. Do you guys like or do you dislike that call?
With 4:30 left, I dislike that call because they know that the Chiefs offense had been doing better by that time, and being down by 1 or being up by 1 is not going to be that much of a difference because they could easily drive the field, get a field goal. There's way too much time left on the clock. Go ahead and make sure you have that tie ball game. So even if they do hit a field goal, you can do it again to tie the game or you get a touchdown and win. Putting yourself down by 1 with that risk, it wasn't worth the 1-point gain you could have had.
Yeah. Well, we've heard from Andrew here. Aiden, what do you think?
I like it. You know, I feel like too many teams play for a tie nowadays. I feel like too many teams are comfortable going into overtime. And I think the fact that the Raiders showed some balls, some chutzpah, they showed a willingness to try and go out and win the game, not play for a tie, and put some trust in their defense. It says a lot to me about how this team plays and how I think the NFL as a whole should play. Don't play for a tie. Play for a win.
Was it the right time for that?
That was
4.5 minutes left in the game.
That was going to be my rebuttal. I was about to say I'd be okay with going for 2 to win the game if the game was closer to being over. Like if it was under 2 minutes.
There was a week.
I disagree because then this puts the pressure on the Chiefs, where they may be more likely to make a mistake.
Yeah,
so
but
I feel like
they missed it, and then all the pressure was gone.
The Chiefs are in the same boat either way, trying to go down the field and kick a field goal to win the game. Like it changes nothing about the Chiefs' approach whatsoever. I feel like
it.
There was a couple years ago, Week 1, Raiders at Saints, where the Raiders scored a touchdown as time expired and went for 2 to win the game. That was awesome. I do agree that it was probably too early, but this is not the only 2-point conversion in the fourth quarter of this game that people had opinions about. The Chiefs were up 24-23, and Travis Kelce caught his 4th touchdown of the game, which put the Chiefs up 30-23. They chose to go for 2 to potentially put themselves up 32-23. That's a 9-point game. That's more than one score. I've heard a lot of people who really hated that decision.
Why?
Thought that they should have kicked it.
Why?
I do not know. So I'm assuming I want to hear your thoughts on it. Like, what do you?
Yeah, because you already mentioned my literal mindset of this was if you hit that 2-point conversion, you're up by 9, which means they have to score twice in order to surpass you. If they don't, you're still up by. You're still up by a touchdown and an extra point. It's not like they were up by 6 at this point. Mm-hmm. So I really like going for 2 in that situation because it does put the pressure on the Raiders. They have to score twice as opposed to having to score once.
Aiden?
I think that I love going for 2 at any point in the game. I never think it's
forget up like this nix the extra point.
All right, well, you know what? We are not scared old men here like Jason Garrett. We don't have any of that here.
As a guy who loves kickers, don't get me wrong. I love when they're coming on for field goals. I love when they're, the punter comes on and absolutely nukes an 80-yard punt. However, when a team shows a willingness to go out and try to score more points, it's always more exciting. And when you have a team that you can exploit their defense in a short goal line situation like that, do it. Go for it. Put yourself in the best opportunity to win the game. Put the pressure on the other team to have to stop you.
Okay. I love it. I like it. Like I said, we are not scared old men here.
We are not scared old men. But you know what? The 2 elder statesmen of this podcast last week had rough weeks. Well, I mean, not rough, but
let's go ahead and take a look at the standings.
Let's should we see last week? Let's take a look at last week. Boom, here it is. So Thursday night game.
Hey, he got more than 1 this week. Give him credit.
He did, but
Thursday night in the absolute crap show of a game, me and Brennan take it out on top there with picking the Colts. In the Sunday night game, Brennan is the only one with the Ravens. We all locked down Monday night.
That was a good game, by the way.
That was a great game.
Very good game. In the Monday night game, all of us got it right. Our lock.
Barely. It was a lot closer than we thought it was.
Only person not to get their lock.
Only person not to get their lock. And for the first time in Joe's on the Pros history, no underdog won that we picked.
Yeah, there was definitely.
I was close.
There's definitely a difference between like not all these underdog picks are created equal. The Cardinals missed the game-tying field goal as time expired. Yep. The Commanders played close. Detroit
they got intercepted at the end zone at the very end.
Yeah. Detroit and Pittsburgh got demolished.
Pittsburgh was done after like half a quarter.
Yeah, that was sad.
The first drive of the game, 96-yard touchdown pass to Gabe Davis, and less than a minute into the game.
When the opening kickoff got dropped, and they're after 2, I'm like, oh yeah, I got a chance to be right on this one. Then the 98-yard touchdown happened, right? And then the Steelers immediately bobbled the kickoff.
So week 5 was a fun week. Let's take a look at where we all stand in the standings. Another team just reached the 500 plateau, I believe, or another one of us reached the 500 plateau. Let's take a look. Andrew,
oh yeah, that's right. I'm controlling. I'm expecting you to move it because you're leading the discussion. Whoops.
We need our producer and our host to act on the same wavelength here.
My bad.
You're allowing the talent just to sit here waiting for things to happen.
So Andrew
bad.
moves to 12-7 after a rough week. I jump a game to 2 games under 500 at 9-11. Brennan at a comfortable 500, 10-10, and JR still at 6-14.
I want to know how Andrew's at 12-7.
Yeah, that you must have done the math wrong here.
That's wrong.
I should have.
We're missing a game.
You're missing a game, yeah. I'm either 12-6 or 12-8.
I think 12-8.
Or no, sorry, 13-7 or 12-8.
I think 12-8.
Yeah, you're trying to get that loss on me. I'll double check the numbers.
Hold on, here. I'll go to the tape.
Hold on. First place. He's still in first place.
Hold on, let me go to the tape.
Margin.
I'll go to the tape. It's fine.
Oh yeah, he's going back to the last episode and pulling it up.
I'm going to the tape, boys.
That's right. We have the receipts.
12-8. You were 10-5 after last week.
Okay. All right. So you did accurately pin the loss on me. All right, we'll go 12-8.
You know what? We got back to 500 after our rough start by putting our nose to the grindstone and working hard and coming out the next week and getting a dub.
Hey, I think JR's head coach is on the hot seat. You think?
Oh, I think he's definitely on the hot seat.
All right.
It'll be interesting. So let's take a look at this week's matchup, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Oh,
because can we just not talk about the Thursday night game though?
Is this this is another non-Thursday night none of us want to talk about game. Washington Commanders head to Chicago to face Justin Fields.
Yeah, this
Good God, if last week was bad, why is this happening? The only way this week could be better is if the Commanders announce that they're going to start Heineke.
No, not Heineke, Howell.
I know. I don't really care about Howell. I want to see Heineke again.
Why are these Thursday night football games disrespecting Al Michaels like this?
I think
every team has to have Thursday nights, has to have primetime slots, and you don't want to put the bad teams on Sunday and Monday night, so you stick them on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm about to say, here's the bad thing is I think Amazon's getting screwed out of their deal here.
They really are.
I wonder if they in their contract they have any say in what teams they get on Thursday, because it looks like they ain't getting squat. Oh man! All right.
So, Andrew, you want to kick us off?
I have JR's picks. You want me to do my pick first or JR's pick?
Let's do JR first.
Let's do JR.
So we can all rip into it.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Guys, scroll. Okay, and he does give a quick sentence blurb as his reasoning why, just like Brendan and I did for the eMLB division series stuff. JR says Justin Fields looked good versus Minnesota, and home teams usually have the advantage on Thursdays. Bears over Commanders. So he's got the Bears. So
I gotta say here, Justin Fields threw for a season high 208 yards. That's looking good. Through 5 games, he has 679 passing yards. This offense is smelly garbage.
Which one's worse, them or the Panthers?
Is smelly garbage. No, they're just stinky garbage. It's bad, but like slightly better. I really like the overall team is better than the Panthers, but I really think this offense is absolutely dog shit. I think Justin Fields has no future in the NFL, and as bad as this matchup is, I think the Commanders squeak by with like an absolutely disgusting win.
Okay, well let me go back to your comment about Justin Fields has no place in the NFL. Is it him and his talent, or is it his situation? Because we've seen the potential with the same thing happening with Mitch Trubisky. Was he good or was he in a bad position? Is Chicago a place where quarterbacks go to die, just like Carolina is a place where quarterbacks go to die?
It absolutely could be, but I think he looks bad too.
A lot of quarterbacks would look bad behind.
I think it's a combination of bad offense and the coaching not trusting him to throw the ball at all.
I mean, a lot of quarterbacks would look bad behind that offensive line in Chicago.
100%. I don't think his coaching staff trusts him.
Andrew, where are you going with this game?
I mean, I'm not going to agree with Brendan about Justin Fields has no place in the NFL. I think it's still way too early to tell, and I think he deserves a better opportunity with the situation he's in. But I do agree with him that the Washington Commanders are going to win this game because I don't trust the Bears at all. I'm still surprised they won week 1 against the 49ers, honestly.
Well, rain game.
Yeah.
Let's go commies, baby. I'm rolling with the Commanders.
Do I have to bleep that as a curse?
That's not a curse. It's an insult, but not a curse.
All right, JR's our dissenter in this game.
I think the Commanders squeak out a really bad victory.
Honestly, I think it might be a blowout.
I don't think either one of these teams is equipped to score a whole lot of points on a Thursday night game.
Can we talk about the return of Robinson, though?
That was awesome.
Yes.
That's huge.
And I think now that he has more time with the team, he's going to slowly take over the starting running back job from Antonio Gibson.
Good. That'll be awesome for them.
Yep.
All right.
Ron Rivera needs a W here because he really needs
more than the W that his team's logo has.
Yes, he does. I mean, 7-9, 7-10. Those are his 2 records. His first 2 years as the coach there.
It's better than Matt Rule. 5 wins both seasons.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move over to the next game. The Dallas Cowgirls heading to Philadelphia, baby.
This is the game of the week. Well, no, the Bills play the Chiefs this week as well.
That's game of the week.
Yeah. But in terms of our primetime games, this is definitely game of the week.
Who's JR got?
I'll kick this one off.
No. Who's JR got? We're letting JR go first here.
Why?
We'll just let JR go first.
Okay.
So we can lay into him.
JR's our benchmark.
You're just assuming that he's going to disagree with you on every pick.
Yeah.
All right. He says, oh, should I wait for Aiden to come back?
No. Continue.
Oh, okay. He says both teams seem to be playing well, JR. The Eagles are undefeated. Anyway, so it should be a good game. I think the Dallas defense makes just enough plays to win the game. So he's banking on the Cowboys defense to overcome the Philadelphia offense.
I'd like to point something out I realized about the Dallas Cowboys logo. It's not a perfect star.
Okay.
Sorry. Just random thought I had.
All right, cool.
And you know what? Because it's an imperfect star, they're going to have an imperfect game. I'm going Eagles, baby.
You had to come up with some BS thing.
An imperfect star.
If you look at the bottom corner one, and it's actually stated in their logo, like on their website, that it's
not
slightly
equilateral.
shorter than.
It's not equilateral, which I don't give a crap about. Naden just had to come up with some crazy reason to pick the Eagles because he was planning on it the whole time because he had the sweatshirt.
Right. So here's something about the Cowboys defense. They have allowed exactly 1 touchdown in every single game this year. No more, no less. Now, here's who those games were against. The Buccaneers, whose offense has massively struggled at times this year. And when they have moved the ball, they've been dull and boring while doing it. The Bengals, whose
He's calling the run game dull and boring. Like,
what the crap?
That was uncalled.
They're moving the ball.
Tom Brady's effective, but it's like 7-yard slant, 9-yard curl. It's just boring watching.
Or 26-yard checkdowns on every other play to Leonard Fournette when he absolutely
the
carves
Bengals,
up the
whose
Falcons
offensive line
defense.
is made of Swiss cheese. The Giants, Daniel Jones is the quarterback. The Commanders.
They just beat the Packers.
Carson Wentz is the quarterback. Yeah, well, basically, the reason they beat the Packers is because Saquon Barkley came in and played quarterback for us now. And then the Rams, whose offense can't move the ball. I really do think that the Cowboys' defense is good. I also think the Cowboys' defense looks better because of the competition they've played. And the Eagles' offense is killer. Jalen Hurts is killer. And they are going to kill the Cowboys on Sunday night. Finally ushering in the end of the Cooper Rush era. If Dak plays, I may feel differently about the game. I think Cooper Rush has been awesome for what time we've had him. But don't let this stretch delude anyone to thinking he's a top quarterback.
If Dak plays this game, I have even more faith in the Eagles.
What? Are you crazy?
Yes, I am.
Well, okay. That's on me. That's on me. I didn't need to ask that.
Stupid question.
Yeah, dumb questions. This is a difficult game to pick, not gonna lie. I will say that if Dak is playing, I'm gonna give the edge to the Cowboys. If Cooper Rush plays, I'm not sure because to be honest, the Eagles didn't really impress me with their win over the Cardinals. I feel like they should have won by more than just 3 points. Yeah, I don't even know which way I want to go. I think, you know what? I think the Cowboys defense is better than what Brendan is saying. And I think the Cowboys defense, I'm going to agree with JR. I'm going to say that the Cowboys defense steps up and gives the Eagles their first loss of the season.
Last time we split a game like this, me and Brendan took it, so I think we do it again.
Yeah.
No, it just goes to the other side. So,
Honestly,
I could go either way. I really have had a hard time picking this game.
Michael Parsons is the real deal, by the way.
He's not. He sucks.
Look at him just chuckling.
All right, so.
All right, thank you for removing. He did not deserve to be in this podcast anymore.
I think he's overrated.
Sorry, I had to.
He's very good, but he's overrated.
Okay, literally no one has ever had more sacks in their first 20 career games than he has.
That's fair.
He's like, I got
overrated my ass.
All right, moving on.
Next game. Broncos going to LA, facing off against the Chargers.
Hey, you pulled what I did last time.
No, I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose because they.
I hate that they play in LA. It feels so wrong. It looks so wrong.
Moving the Chargers to LA was stupid.
Agreed, but their stupidity still is going to allow them to win this game because the Broncos just flat out suck. Chargers by 1 million.
I really like how this will be the second game in SoFi in 2 days because the Rams are also at home.
Oh, interesting.
I'm also taking Chargers. I really feel like there's no further elaboration required.
I'll give you the elaboration that JR has just because it's here. He says Chargers offense will be able to put up too many points on the board for Russ to match.
Yeah, that's.
In other words, they're going to score 14.
By the way, the Broncos
by the way, he didn't say that. That was me saying that.
Okay. By the way, the Broncos defense is legit. I really like the Broncos defense. They're just absolutely handicapped right now by the offense.
Second straight Monday night sweep.
Yeah, but our pick was almost a goner this past week. So
listen, if everyone loses, it means that no one got any better or worse than anyone else.
Hey, but Andrew, you know what?
Yeah,
close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades
and
nuclear warfare.
Yep. All right.
So locks of the week. Let's start with JR.
Let's let JR go because he can't adjust on the fly.
I've already had a discussion with him because I saw what his locks and upsets were, and we had some matching ones. So we discussed through who was going to pick what. So it doesn't matter unless you guys pick the same games as we did. It shouldn't matter. Should I just go first with the two of ours first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go with mine first. I'm going to continue to pick against my Panthers, and I'm going Rams over the Panthers. I know the Rams are in here somewhere. There they are.
Smart pick, honestly.
At this point, I am a sad Panthers fan, and I'm just going to pick every team that plays the Panthers. I should just start doing that as my lock every week now.
Yeah. What did JR go with?
JR goes with the Packers over the Jets. He says Green Bay is a little off kilter, but some home cooking gets them a win. That is such a JR saying. I could totally hear him say it in his voice. Some home cooking. I did not do a good JR impression.
You did not, but I got it. I got the general gist of it.
I'll go next in this one. I'm going to keep going with my homer. I'm going to go with the Bucks. They played the dang Steelers at home.
Yeah, that's actually better. That's a better lock than the Falcons, honestly. Where are they?
By the way, Falcons. 5-0 against the spread this year.
And what's their overall record?
2-3.
Better than the Panthers.
And you know what? For the second straight week, I think I'm going to do something unprecedented.
Yeah, look where I got you last week.
Ridiculous. Honestly, maybe foolish because I lost. But you know what? I'm taking an underdog as my lock. And I'm taking the Falcons to beat the 49ers at home.
I don't hate that, actually. I was going to say, I really don't hate that.
Let me just say this, and I think I said this last week. I don't like it as a lock, but I like it as an upset.
Yeah, well, I have another upset I want to take, so.
Well, let's hope that me or JR don't take it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a long list of JRs.
So
he gave me a couple options. Actually, no, he did give me third options, but those don't have explanations.
Let's go with JR. What does he got?
Why don't we just let Brendan go because he kind of just has one upset pick?
I want to go last.
You want to go last again?
Yeah.
All right. So JR has his upset as being the Jaguars over the Colts.
God damn it, JR.
So he says that the Colts only won last week due to terrible coaching by Nathaniel Hackett and Russ just tossing the ball up. Jacksonville always plays Indy tough, and they finish the season sweep.
I like it.
All right, you go ahead, Aiden.
I'm going to take the Lions against the bye.
A spirit win. Yay!
A spirit win. No.
How's that best to tie?
I actually forgot bye started this week.
yeah, I did too.
Crap, fantasy football. I actually have to think about that now.
Right. You know what? Give me the... No, I can't
wait. If you're doing a backup pick, let me go ahead and do mine before you steal it.
Yeah.
I am going with... Are they on here? Can I find them? Where are they? I know they're here somewhere. You definitely use them. The Seattle Seahawks over the Arizona Cardinals.
Shit.
That's why I wanted to get mine in.
Well, maybe I should have taken your offer to go first.
I don't trust the Cardinals at all. And I think the Seahawks are led by MVP Geno Smith.
You know what? I gotta say this. No man should ever come into a pick selection where they don't know who everyone else is taking without backup options. And I got the best backup option on the table. The Chiefs are not favorites at home. The Bills are negative 2.5 favorites. And while I could have taken this in my locks, I feel like this is a much better spot to take the Chiefs beating the Bills as my underdog, with big old parentheses, underdog, as much as the Kansas City Chiefs can be.
I'd like to point something out here. We've never said two people can't take the same game.
Yeah, we just don't want to.
I think it's bad form.
It may be bad form. It may be terrible form. Maybe the worst form out there. But will that stop me?
Yes,
probably not. Nothing else seems to.
It is going to stop me. I'm going to go a little off.
I knew he was bluffing.
I'm going to go a little off the cuff. I'm going to take the New York Football Giants over the Baltimore Ravens.
I don't hate it. I don't think it'll happen. But the Giants have been playing really close.
None of us expected them to beat the. None of us expected them to beat the Packers. Let's be real. Did you guys think that was going to happen?
I never thought in my life you'd see me take 3 NFC East teams.
Wow. And the only reason you couldn't pick 4 is that 2 of them are playing each other.
Well, I identified with that laugh so hard. That right there is that came from my soul.
Oh, man. All right.
No asterisk this week.
No
asterisk this week.
Nope. We don't have the Houston Asterisks.
The Bucks.
That was uncalled for. That was unprecedented.
Honestly, I can't hate the Buccaneers because I absolutely love Todd Bowles.
It's the ref's fault anyway.
It is. I love Todd Bowles. I really do.
So, all right. Out of all these games, hold on. Brennan didn't give us any score predictions.
What?
You didn't give us any score predictions this week.
We haven't even been keeping track of them, by the way.
All right, let's go through this real quick. Rapid fire. Okay. Commanders 22-7. Eagles 31-14. I'm just fucking shooting. I'm shooting from the hip now. Okay.
Yeah, no kidding. You think the Eagles are going to score 31 on that Dallas defense?
Yeah. Chargers 45-6.
I was thinking 50, but
I wanted to go just shy of that. Falcons. I'm going to go ahead and say Falcons 24-16.
16.
Chiefs.
That's interesting.
Chiefs 39-38.
Why
am I picking an odd score for that game? I don't know because I feel like
it. How hilarious would it be if the Chiefs won in overtime after a coin flip?
That would be great.
Andrew,
honestly.
Yeah.
Ready? What? Rapid fire. Score predictions across the board. Go.
For me?
Yep. Go.
I don't do these.
Go.
Okay, fine. Washington over Chicago 17-13. Dallas over the Eagles 24-21. Chargers over Broncos 27-12. I don't even remember who the Rams playing.
Panthers.
Panthers.
That's the whole point.
That's why I picked them. Duh. Rams over the Panthers 25-10.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then the Seahawks over the Cardinals 28-20.
By the way, I when the Panthers have their bye week, are you going to take the bye to beat the Panthers?
Oh, the bye's definitely beating the Panthers.
There you go.
That's the easiest one of the week.
All right. I'm saying it right now. The Panthers will end the season with their one win over the Saints. That's their one win all year.
Fair. All right.
I do not expect them to do anything else.
Let me rapid fire through these. Commanders 17-10. Eagles 31-14. I'm going to take
not going to happen.
Chargers 55-12. I'm going to take the Bucks 35-10. I'm going to take the Giants 24-21.
All right. You actually had a reasonable score in there at the end.
You don't
the Washington one was reasonable too.
I think the Bucks one was reasonable too.
I like how you just took my Eagles score.
I didn't even think about that. I was just going.
He said. Oh yeah, he did take your Eagles score. Yeah.
By the way, I like how no one's writing these down. We will definitely have forgotten about it by next episode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Someone else needs to put in the comments what they were because I ain't writing them down. I think the Cowboys Eagles game is going to be a lot closer than you guys think.
I think because everyone thinks it's going to be close, it's not going to be.
No, we all knew the Colts Broncos was going to be a close game. That was horrible.
Sometimes conventional wisdom rings true, but occasionally you got to be able to pick against it because if everyone's conventional wisdom is right, then no one's ever going to be surprised. So the goal is to try and pick those games that are going to surprise you.
That's why we pick the underdogs.
Yeah.
And that's why you pick to subscribe to this podcast. We appreciate you so much for listening. Make sure to check out all the links in the description. JR, we miss your beautiful face on this episode. But until the next time, make sure to click that subscribe button, click the like button, all that other fun jazz. Follow all of us.
Ring that bell.
Ring-a-ding-ding, that little bell. And then also make sure to check out another video that's down in some area right around Brennan's face. Well, this has been another great episode of Joe's on the Pros for Andrew, Brennan, the missing JR, and myself, Aiden. We appreciate you all joining us. Thank you so much. We'll see y'all next time.
I forgot even what I said. We're gonna have to roll back the tape.
Roll that beautiful bean.
Like I said earlier today. This is nothing for any viewer or any viewers will have heard. As I said it in confidence said it in this place where these guys saw it.
Are you even speaking English anymore? What's going on?
Train
wreck.
We're not going to have this conversation because I don't think it's going to go in a very pleasant direction.
Hold on.
No. We're gonna have this conversation when we're actually in the episode.
Yeah. I say that because I know Aiden's going to say something real stupid.
This is where we put up technical difficulties. Or the Monty Python.
Da Bears.
Da Bears.
I hate my neighbors. It's.
Brendan?
I think they're compensating for something by trying to make that much
they
noise in their car.
absolutely are. I've seen them.
Clip it.
Maybe it's probably better that I don't.
Brendan, are you doing a DUI test there? You know,
No, the camera got blurry. You see it?
Follow my finger, just the tip of my finger with your eyes and your eyes only.
Say the alphabet backwards.
I can't do that sober.
I know.
Honestly, I think the reason they do that is because the people who can do it are probably the drunk ones.